さんじゃないですか。山田さんですよね。
誰？有名人なの？
まあ局所的に
乗車特典でもらったんですけど、よければ。
彼氏です。
彼氏よ。
So, should you watch My Love Story with Yamada kun at level 999? That is the question. And, you know, I'm going to get up and tell you guys a real answer here. And I think the answer might be leaning more towards a no than a yes. Now, if you are familiar with the channel, if you're not, I have a really strong opinion about episode number 1. I think episode number 1 of any season of any anime is the most pivotal episode of the season outside of like the ending episode. And it really is because that is the episode where most viewers, not the ones who pre-plan like us freaks who were on live chart and we're on my anime list and we pre-plan our season out like a bunch of crazies. No, I'm talking about your average Joe who just happens to be logging on to Crunchyroll, logging on to High Dive or one of their non-mentionable sites, and they're just coming across some random anime. They hover over it and they read the description and they decide, okay, I'm going to give this brand new spring anime a shot. And when they do that with My Love Story Yamada kun, you know, they may go and just be like, I don't know if this is for me or not. And that's why episode 1s are so pivotal. Episode 1 should be the anime studio's best showing of the anime. It should be the reason that you want to watch the anime. It should be the hook that comes out and just grabs the viewer and pulls the viewer in and says, you need to watch this anime. Now, if in episode 2 or 3 or 4 or 8, if it becomes like a fart in the wind and it sucks it up, then it does. There's been tons of anime that have grabbed me and been like, you need to watch this. And by episode 4, I'm like, yo, this is a real disappointment and there is not good. But episode number 1 is the most important one because I think it's the episode that basically says you need to watch this episode. Now, I don't normally say this often, but every so often there is an anime, at least 1 or 2, sometimes maybe even 3 a season, and these seasons have been jam-packed. This season alone, there was like 30 anime that interested me. So these seasons have been jam-packed. So 3 are like 10%. So I think this is one of those ones that we need to give another episode or 2 up. I think we need to give like another episode or 2 and really kind of like give it another shot because I think episode 1 didn't do it really any justice. And for me, you know, I'm going to put this probably in the maybe to no pile. I was really excited jumping into this. I think the premise is really cool. I think the story is unique. And I thought, you know, on paper it sounded really good, but in action, it was a little bit boring, and I think that it goes for a lot of different humoristic type of events. I think it goes for dry humor with Yamada specifically, and I think it goes with that over-the-top humor when it comes to Akane. And when I mean over-the-top, I mean like she's very bombastic and expressive, and like she cries a lot. And I think those moments, you know, were really trying to get us to come in and really laugh at her pain and stuff. And I just really don't think that was happening a whole lot. And that's a little sad because, again, like I felt like this could be like a really funny romance comedy, but I didn't laugh at all. Like I probably smiled a couple of times here and there, but I didn't really laugh. And I think that's the main thing that anime needs to do, especially if that's what genre or box is trying to fit in. It needs to come in and laugh and make you laugh. And I just don't think that it really did that here. Then we fast forward to the end of the episode, and she ends up waking up in this Yamada's apartment. Nothing happened. He probably just took her home. He seems like she's going to be a burden to him all season. You can kind of see the writing on the wall. She's going to be a burden to him all season, and she'll probably end up like leaving him alone or disappearing, and he'll realize that he's in love with her. It's like this just seems a very how do you say it? This seems like you could really predict. It's very predictable. You can very much predict where this is going to go. And that's kind of what makes my interest level really just kind of be very, you know, mild to not interested at all. So let me go through the actual episode and I'll kind of offer up my opinions as, you know, as we kind of go through and break it up. So the episode, you know, starts off with Akane, you know, on a date with her boyfriend. He ends up breaking up with her. he tells her that he's met another girl and he likes her and she likes him, so he wants to break up. She puts two and two together. She's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's why you've been acting so cold lately, blah, blah, blah. Then we get into the OP. The OP is fine. The music isn't very good, but the animation is really good. I think the animation is really unique, and I like unique anime. All the characters seem very tall. You know what I mean? They all seem very tall. They all seem like they're 6-foot characters. Very lengthy, very tall, very unique animation style. Then we get into the next part, and she's talking to her friend, talking about the breakup. Her boyfriend asked for his in-game stuff back, and I thought that was hilarious. And then in no time whatsoever, he has deleted her phone number, unfriended her in their online game that they were playing together called Forest of Savior, some MMO game. I thought that was really I thought that was, again, when I say really funny, I want to make sure that it's in the context of, I think that it is a funny situation. I didn't laugh at all. Then the next part is, this is the part that was trying to get comedy and trying to get us to laugh, was she goes in game and begins going on a rampage just to take out her anger. Wasn't funny. She meets some random Afro guy, apparently from her guild. She pours her heart out to this guy. She puts everything on the thing, and he's basically like, not interested. So that's the thing, is his character is gonna be very bland. He's gonna be a very just bland character. She's probably gonna open him up to the world or something. So she spills his life to this guy, and he's like, I don't care. Can you just have leave this area? And she's like, F you, dude. So that was pretty funny. Then we move on to the next arc of the episode. Again, funny, but not actually funny. Then the next arc is she decides to go into a real in-life event, a meetup or whatever. And she basically trips like Cinderella. He finds her shoe, this Yamada dude, and she was like, oh, the way he responded, she was like, this is too much like this other guy. Are you Afro Yamada? He ends up being it. Before he can really answer, her ex-boyfriend comes along with his new girlfriend, which is very lippy, very funny, very ugly-looking girl, and she bribes Yamada with some code for an in-game item, and she gets him to play along to be her boyfriend, and she ends up dragging dude to go drink some beers with her and stuff, and. Again, he's very bland, very one-off, very one answer, very one note. He gives answers like and yes and no and I'm not interested and I don't care. Just very one-off, and that's his personality. That's how he's written. It's intentional. He ends up doing a really nice gesture for her, which is getting a Band-Aid because she fell, and then she just gets obliterated drunk, and she ends up waking up in his apartment while he was playing an FPS game because he's a pro gamer. And that's the episode. And I think that it just wasn't engaging enough. I think that we needed to get a little bit more. And I think that they needed to have some comedy. And this is from a personal level. If it hit for you, if you laughed, if you were dying off of your floor, I think that's cool. Let me know in the comments. But for me, the comedy just was not hitting. The writing wasn't hitting for me. And I would definitely, my honest feelings after watching episode number 1 is I would put this in the pile of I'll watch it eventually. I'm going to let some episodes pile up and stuff, and I'll watch it eventually. Now, here's the thing. For those who have been around on the channel for a while, here's what I'm going to do this season is, just like last season, based on your guys' watch of this video here, if you guys, shout out with a lot of praise, you guys give it a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of views, then I'll end up covering this weekly, and you guys get to hear my opinion weekly. So if that's what you want, shout out in the comments, give me a big ol' like. This season, I'm determining which 10 anime I'm going to be watching all season long based on your guys' recommendations and, the outpour of support via views and likes and comments. And if this falls on its face, then we probably won't watch it. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But I would say, I'm gonna put this in the maybe to no pile. I'm gonna put this in the we need to give it a couple more episodes pile, and I'm gonna put it in the we should just let this. This would be one that I would recommend most people let it pile up and watch, halfway through and then watch again at the end. So let me know what you think, though. If you watched it, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about my thoughts on it and everything else. And of course, I will see you guys all spring season long. Make sure you guys watch the video on screen that shows you the 10 anime that I'm recommending this season to watch. Just like this one was in that list, but it could suck. So check that out anyways. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.